All right. So, gentlemen,
Yeah.
do we have taglines?
Yeah. Who's okay? Every
What?
time, like, who's reading them?
Oh yeah. Do you want me to do it? I'll do it. I'll do it.
You got
okay.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I have all the stats. So, okay. The ultimate low budget experience: a killer turkey horror / comedy.
Horror.
Horror. Yeah, I was like, well, I can't take it back now.
I mean, it definitely was an experience.
A great experience.
I like how they've acknowledged
An
it.
ultimate
right
experience.
on the tagline. They're like, it's low budget. Like, don't think that you're gonna get some amazing experience out of this, but I think we do. Okay, ready? Next one. Warning! 3 exclamation marks. Boobs in the first second.
I just like it as a tagline because it's like, it's begging you to see the movie, but not for what the movie's about.
Yeah,
Like, we have boobs, we swear.
swear to God.
Please watch it.
It's
actually-
the ultimate attention grabber.
Yeah,
100%.
at all times, always. And then, I think it might be the most iconic line in
Absolutely.
Thanksgiving style horror. Gobble gobble, motherfucker.
Amazing.
Such a delivery that I did not expect.
It's actually very
Gobble gobble,
way more dry in the
motherfucker. I know.
movie than it
You
is.
say it like a newscaster, though.
I know, right? So here's some rundowns for you. With 1 full frontal nudity in the first second, 1 dog death, 1 turkey being sodomized, 1 turkey performing doggy style on a girl, 1 decapitation, 1 shotgun to the head, 1 skinned face of a man, 1 shotgun then turkey through the stomach, 1 pecking of a heart out of somebody's chest, 1 tongue being taken out of someone's mouth, 4 flashbacks, 8 deaths with an IMDb score of 4.3 and a Rotten Tomatoes score of 42% rotten. It's 2009's ThanksKilling. Let's drop some bombs.
Hey, yo, hold it! Hey, yo, you trying to look at my lumps? I'll pull off my G-string and handle mine.
Gobble gobble, motherfucker.
Who's your daddy? Oh God, I'm your daddy. I'm your daddy. I'm your daddy. Ah!
It's nice having her on board. She's a breath of fresh ass.
Thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
We're bringing out a large tree thing, and we'll call it Christmas 2!
Welcome to Bonds Away. My name is Jonathan Young. Joining me in the studio, as always, is...
Jarrett Seifert. And I want to know, are you thanks living your best life?
Oh, I'm never thanks living my best life. And ladies and gentlemen, this is our very special Thanksgiving episode. And because it is our special Thanksgiving episode, this movie has been recommended to us by our special guest in the studio today. Please welcome Robert Corey Casler. Did I say it right?
It's Casler.
Casler?
But,
Oh, sorry.
That's quite all right. Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's great to be here.
I knew I'd mess it up. I can't read properly.
No, it happens all the time. It's all right.
Oh,
So, question for you.
Yes.
Has your life been redefined by seeing this film?
I honestly, okay. Oh man, am I gonna go into it right now? Okay.
Here's the end of the podcast.
Okay.
Best movie I've ever seen. Goodbye.
If that's not the answer, I'm leaving. This movie, for me, takes me back to 10 years ago in my own desire to be an independent filmmaker. There is a movie out there in which I made that was like this. It was called Hookman. So basically, the first movie that these kids made, that my friends made, was shot on like the worst like DV Handycam that you could find in like 2001, something like that. And then they came to me and they're like, "Well, it's like 10 years later. We're thinking about like doing like a sequel to it, right?" And I said, "Okay, let me see it, right?" And then they showed me, and I was like, oh no. Right? Like, it was this weird plot about like a man who had a hook, but not a hook for a hand, just like you would pick up like pigs and like meat with, right? So that kind of hook. And then, but he like wore a jumpsuit like Michael Myers, but a pumpkin mask.
So it's like, I Know What You Did Last Summer with Michael Myers.
Meets Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
Pumpkinhead, right? With like the cheapest dollar store pumpkin mask that they could find.
We want to make a movie, but we don't have our own source material.
Right. So,
creativity is not our thing.
right. Well, apparently it wasn't my thing when I was doing this either, because like, so I watched this thing, and because we were from Maryland, they also decided that, oh, we're gonna add that like something about crabs and Old Bay, and like jokes like, oh, your mother's pussy smells like crabs, and like it was just like, so this is why it's so, this movie to me is so, because I'm like,
movie.
yeah, yeah, we made this too. So, yeah, right. We just did Halloween and then Thanksgiving themed, and we never made it to Christmas. But so when I came on board for the sequel, I was like, oh, I'm going to make it self-referential and just make fun of the fact that it was so shitty, and not realizing that mine was just as shitty, just with better filming and lighting. And then I just, when you say, oh, just not original, yeah, I just stole scene for scene like other things. Like I actually did the whole Scream like double killer thing and everything. Like stole it line for line and rewrote it. So it's out there. There's more. So that's, for me, is what this took me back to. Like when you asked, like, oh, like what was your experience? Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I probably could have made this myself. Did we actually, like, I didn't actually get a chance to sound out the budget on this. I couldn't really find it.
$3,500.
$3,000?
I think it's in the credits of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're really bragging about
Yeah.
it.
Like,
Well,
we got 3,000.
3,500 was the budget. I'm assuming that they screened it for their friends once.
Yeah, most likely. It was on Netflix for the longest time.
I do remember it.
I
being
saw
on
it back
Netflix.
in 2010 on Netflix, and then they took it off. And honest to God, it was one of the worst days of my life. But
or the best.
well,
right.
That's true.
Depending on how you take it. So, before we start, I actually wanted to introduce you as a guest, and
Yes.
And what you do around here at the Frida Cinema. We tend to get people that are involved in the theater that we record from. So I'm gonna call you Corey.
Corey's perfect.
Yeah.
Our
So
second Corey.
ooh,
But a different Corey.
um,
That's so shocking.
right. Oh no, two people have the same
Not
name
great
in the world.
sleep. I know. I was
Um,
like, oh.
So
Loose
Corey
connection.
is our resident asshole.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm often referred to it as that. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was referred to in college, but it was for a gay club. That's a joke. I'm not gaping. That was the worst sentence I've ever said.
So Corey is the host of our pre-show here at our Rocky Horror Shadowcast. He does a fucking amazing job. Like,
Thank you very much.
Honestly, dude, like, I'm serious. I'm so glad that it's like you plus whoever. Like, because what you have done in the past 6 months for the show, I feel, since they basically gave you like that's your thing, other than the other thing that I'll mention.
Right.
I have noticed I feel like we're selling out every month. You know,
Totally.
I feel like
The tickets are selling out, not like as a theater. they're
Oh
not
no, we're not
sellouts.
sellouts. We're selling out every month. We have a huge influx of virgins, which in Rocky Horror terms are like new people that have never
First-timers.
seen the film on the big screen, at least. And it's amazing 30 minutes of just like uproariously like either hilarious or like engaging like audience participation. Like it really gets you ready for what you're going to see, especially if you've never seen the show live. So bravo, sir.
Definitely. Thank you. I take a lot of pride in it.
Yeah, and other than that, he also just fucking kills it as Brad. Like, to the point where I'm like, I don't think that I ever want to do Brad, because, like, you rock it, dude. You rock it.
No, I appreciate it, but if you're ever into it, just come up there. Just jump up.
I know. Just, for me, I'm like, I don't want to spend that much money on all those costumes.
100%. Yeah, it took a while.
Right? I'm like, I'll stick to Eddie. I'll stick to Dr. Scott. I found all of those at the Goodwill. I'm good. So what we wanted to do before we started this episode is really just get the word out there that if you are in the Santa Ana area or Orange County or even LA, come on down. We do Rocky Horror every second Friday of the month, and we want to make sure that if you're in this area, or I don't know, maybe you're traveling and you're like, hey, I have nothing to do on Friday night, which I actually have a friend that's traveling right now that's going to see the show tonight.
Awesome.
It's something that we want to make sure that you are aware that we're here, and we're definitely. I think when it comes to like cast performance and dedication and just having a blast, like we're one of the best things on the West Coast when it comes.
Absolutely, yeah. I come up here from San Diego. It's a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Oh, worth it every time. And granted, I'm in it, but like, I think anyone who hasn't seen it, it is a great time, and you need to come down here if you're nearby.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, wherever there's a Rocky Horror near you, if you can't, you should be. Like, I think everybody should at least experience it in the theater once.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, on to another, what I guess will be a cult classic one day.
Always.
Or you're saying, it already is.
Yeah,
it already is.
It already is.
It's almost 10 years old at this point.
It deserves an Oscar. It deserves everything.
So, let's dive in, guys. Thanksgiving is what this movie's themed for.
1621.
Right.
The olden days.
Which I'm so glad that a movie finally told me when the olden days were. I've been waiting a long time. I've been questioning this for a long time.
The olden days.
Right.
This is like the first line where I thought it was just going to be like, they didn't know what they were doing. And I do think that they started out the movie like completely a little bit serious, like whenever they had the idea, because it's like, the college setup. Well, like, it's not as campy and self-referential in like those first 15 minutes. It's just like bad.
Okay, what is the first actual shot of the movie?
I know that shot, but that could have easily been, but like them on college being like, "Woo, spring break, we're leaving."
Thanksgiving break.
Well, the other girl says spring break, and then he's like, it's not spring break.
Which, by the way, who has ever ran outside and been like, Thanksgiving break?
I know, he's so stoked. But that's why, I think
have you
just
ever
that college
ripped your shirt off for any break in college? Oh wait, that's a different.
No. I was trying to think of something really fast, and I was like, I think I've only ripped my own shirt off because I was alone trying to see if I could do it. But it had to be it had to be a V-neck because it's kind of already got that cut and resewn. So I was like,
right. So this movie, it says it was 1621, and then from this title card, we just have a breast,
pure
fully exposed
woman's nipple.
Yeah.
Nipple, breast, right?
Full on zoomed in on it.
It was full,
not even both, just
tits
one.
Out.
It's one, yes.
Yeah, and then a zoom out, right?
I was just a little curious, how her boobs got out.
No, she's wearing a full getup. She's wearing a full pilgrim getup with her tits out.
She is wearing a costume that was designed to not have a front.
Okay. Because I was like, those are really lifting them up. But what situation are you like?
It might be the most money they spent on a costume piece in this movie.
Yeah, that was the $3,500 budget.
Because it looks this way too. I went, did I just download the wrong porn?
Yeah. For a second, I was like, no, this can't be right.
Right.
I was like, someone faked it.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, I picked Amish girls. But no, it's literally this woman dressed in pilgrim clothes with a full exposed frontal top of her dress, where basically where the pilgrim bib would be on a lady.
Right.
There's no bib. It's just breasts.
Oh, so that's what's underneath the bib.
Exactly. Yeah. The bib just flapped
hide.
up.
Yeah.
When she was running.
It was intentional.
Right. So you don't know what she's running from exactly at the but it becomes very clear very quickly that it's this talking turkey.
And can we talk about the first line spoken in this movie?
Nice tits,
Which
bitch.
which basically implies that the turkey is attracted to humans, like
Well,
right off
he
the bat.
fucks one
Right? Yeah.
with an extra small turkey
yeah.
condom.
Right. I forgot. Like
Gravy flavored.
Gravy flavored.
because I'm going with my notes here, and since I'd never seen this movie before. Me writing here, I was like, so the turkey's attracted to humans? Like, actually, that just cancels itself out once you watch
like,
the rest
I
of the
get
movie. Yeah, so he just takes an axe to her.
And ThanksKilling pops up on screen.
Yeah.
Which, did anybody else read the rest, like some of these credits?
Yeah, for sure. General Bastard.
Yeah.
General Bastard. Chuck Dead Body Guy Lamb.
Yeah, but he's the only one on the IMDb.
Dead
Oh my
body
God, I cannot talk. Sorry. that sounded like I was angry at you. I can't talk myself. Yeah, Dead Body Guy though. He's the most known person from this film.
He's the
I guess.
sheriff.
Yeah.
Are you saying most known because he has a photo on IMDb?
Yeah, but also if you search for it on Yahoo and it gives you it just gives you the general rundown of who's in it and stats and stuff.
Oh, and he's
it's
at
his
the top
photo
of the list.
first all the time. So I'm like, what did he do that was so
Chuck
influential?
Lamb? Well, we can look it up. Chuck quote Dead Body Lamb. Oh, his
But it's
Handsome man.
okay, so he was most known for ThanksKilling.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that kind of sucks.
Oh, and some movie called Saturday Night Pillow Fights. I can't imagine that that's not porn.
Yeah. I was like, that's 100% accurate.
Right. So, what I like about you, that
The
television
TV
show
series.
back in the day.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, he was a dead guy there. Is that why? Is that
Dead
Look,
guy.
Look,
Deadline.
Look.
He was on Deadline.
Okay, look. Here's why he's Dead Body Lamb. Look, what I like about you, credited as dead guy. Deadline, dead body guy actor. Web Junk 20, dead body guy. Taft, dead body guy.
Vacancy. Snuff
Stiffs,
victim.
dead body guy. That's his thing. To tell the truth, dead body guy. Okay, so we figured that mystery
Yeah,
out.
There you go.
He's just a dead
All
body
he is
guy.
a body.
Oh, God. And this is when he's not a dead body, I guess. And then Wanda
part of it.
Lust, whoever Wanda Lust is.
That sounds like it
that's
would be the
Naked Pilgrim.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Okay. So,
She
pretty sure
probably
she's a
has done
porn
amateur
star.
porn.
100%.
Yeah. And so we are introduced to our teenagers, right? And, well, I mean, my question is with this movie is, how many times is it trying, it tried to be self-referential, right? It tried to be meta. And then how many times am I wondering, are they going for, what scene are they trying to go for super, horror? And what scenes are they oh, we're just being silly, right? Because part of me feels like...
All of it?
I don't know. I literally don't know.
I feel like most of it they're doing it intentionally.
Right.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like they're missing their own mark
Right.
in that...
Right.
Well, that probably comes from their acting.
Zing.
Let's talk about the
Yeah.
reveal of all of these
Okay.
teenagers because
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
nothing makes me happier than when Johnny, the jock, walks out of the school with a Letterman's jacket over his shoulder and a
Yeah.
football in the other hand, and he just makes
Puka
this
shell necklace?
he just makes
but one shell. Just
yeah.
one shell.
Right?
and he just makes this face just at the sky, and you're just like, what the fuck?
I mean, they're literally. Oh God. So they are playing the most cliche versions of their
a jock,
Right.
a goofy guy, a nerd,
Right.
a slut, and a innocent girl.
Right.
The most
Yeah.
cliche you can get.
Yeah, but then the nerdy guy seems too old to be there.
Yeah.
He
They
seems-
all seem too old to be there.
Yeah, he looks like he's beyond college, and he's gone into he makes the joke no more am I gonna sleep with my own hand. I'm like, no, you're
Still going
still
to.
I love how he obsesses over the jock. He's like, Johnny, you're the second string quarterback for the Tritons.
And I love when
Tritons. It's just a 3-pointed weapon.
What's funny is I think I related to this movie so much because my high school's mascot was the Tritons, and
What?
I've never met another school who was the Tritons until this movie.
Oh.
I'm not joking. My high school is the San Clemente Tritons.
Well, so what was your mascot?
It was like a Poseidon type mascot with
merman.
like a it was like a merman with a trident.
It was just Brick from Anchorman.
Right.
You killed a man with a trident.
My high school mascot we were the Statesmen.
That seems worse.
So
it was just a guy in a suit.
I'm like,
Are you
Like a
serious?
tux, yeah, and he had like coattails, like a tux, coattail, top hat.
That's
So-
really bad.
We're the Statemen.
so the new
Black and
characters
orange.
in the new Kingsman movie?
I guess.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it,
Channing
yeah.
Tatum is like the statesman.
But not that country. We were like fancy.
Oh, so you were Kingsman, but they called him
Statesmen.
Statesman.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine was the Patriots. Yeah, it was boring.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
You have the most generic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, the nerd. Look, why does the nerd like continually like slurping, like
Wiping his hand
What
on his
is
mouth?
happening?
Impression.
Like
And I like
Oh, I
towards
can't
the
even do
end.
it. His mouth is so wet, and it's just disgusting.
he's like,
Towards the end, he's like looking in the mirror too, and it looks like he's like, "What if I tried my left hand instead?" And like switches hands, and he's like, "No, go back to the original," and like re-wipes his mouth.
they literally they're committing to the weirdest
Yeah.
character
It's
But
so
choices.
He's also such a white person that like I don't know why he's doing it because he has 0 lips. I'm
Yeah.
like, why? What are you wiping? Your lips are gone. You can't wipe those away anymore.
And immediately following that, Johnny the jock flexes and says, "Take a look at these weapons of
Wait,
mass
well,
destruction."
And he touches him. He's like, "Touch my arm."
Why did they right before this?
Yeah.
Like, why did they just randomly speed up the film for like 2 or 3 seconds?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think
I don't know.
time.
It was okay. Time constraints from
Yeah.
a movie that's an hour and 6
I
minutes
know.
long. Yeah, no, they talk and they're like, "Let's go," and then it's this really wide shot.
Yeah.
And then they speed up the film where
Yeah.
they must have had like some dialogue there or something. I don't know, because everybody just moves closer and then towards the frame. Then it goes
Yeah.
into real time again in the same shot, and then they're just walking again.
I like. So the nerdy guy's talking to Johnny about the football. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did I even watch the movie? Let's find out.
Yeah.
I did. But he's talking to him about baseball. Oh my God.
Football. Johnny is the second
Football.
string quarterback.
Yeah, but he's like,
which is fine, guys.
he's talking about like the
It's
first
fine,
string
100%.
being Trent.
Unless you're his father.
Oh, Trent, right.
And he's like, well, what does he say? Oh, Trent's Trent, but Johnny, he's Johnny.
Well, at least we got their names correct.
Great writing. What does any of that mean?
And then you have the slutty girl who's just constantly trying to bang Johnny.
Yeah.
Every word out of her mouth.
Oh, yeah. But, you know,
And I think she thinks that they're already dating for some reason.
It seems that way.
well, I mean, she's dating him and, you know, because everybody else. Because, you know, her legs won't stay closed just like
Like the John Benet Ramsey case.
Oh! Why does that joke get brought up twice?
Twice.
As if we forgot.
And
I
this,
I think either they forgot or they wrote that. Okay, so they wrote the later scene first, and they were like, use
Yeah.
the joke there, and then they wrote like a new scene, and they were like, oh, use it here.
I
But
like
they,
to imagine-
just did it twice, and they were like, oh, well, leave it in.
I like to imagine that she forgot her lines. And then they were like, no, that's the other scene. She's like, oh, whatever.
It's fine. We
It's
don't-
fine. Do we have any other joke that's not a topical reference from 20 years
I
ago?
know. But at that time, it was 10 years ago.
true.
Was it?
Yeah, well, it was closer.
No,
to
that's-
it just hit the 20-year mark this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So at that time, it
jeez.
was closer to like maybe 12 years.
Wow.
Do either
Wait,
of
no,
you
it was 2000. Yeah.
remember the slutty girl's name? Because she's the only one I don't remember.
Was it Kristen or Allie?
Kristen was the innocent girl, so it was
So
Allie.
Allie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Allie. Okay. All
Now
right.
we know. Now we
Yeah.
can refer to them by their names.
Right?
Yeah. no.
Though jock nerd doofus and
I'm gonna refer to as tropes.
yeah. Well,
jock,
okay, let's do
nerd.
that. Let's do that.
Except for let's call, because something tells me that everybody watched Varsity Blues a little too much.
Yeah.
Because like this guy is definitely just doing a Billy Bob impression from Varsity Blues.
I don't want
Right?
your life. That was Varsity Blues, right? Yeah.
But then they parodied it in Not Another Teen
Yeah.
Movie, right? One more concussion and coach says I'm dead. Yeah. So That's what I feel
Forgot
like.
about that.
I feel like they just watched Varsity Blues and was like, all right, you're Billy Bob. You are, what's his name? He's passed now.
Jock Boy.
Jock Boy from Varsity Blues.
There you go.
Fast and Furious. And,
Paul,
Yeah.
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
Yeah,
there
yeah,
it is.
yeah. He's in it. Paul Walker. And then I just feel like they all was just like, just be them. Just watch that movie and be them.
Yeah.
So
all of our characters, then we get into the Jeep, which not really sure how they packed anything else, because if you've ever been in a Jeep, there's barely room to sit.
well, they only packed their own stuff to like be there. I don't even know. They weren't planning on staying the night in the forest, so
But
I don't
then
know how they
somehow
had
they had
full-on
everything.
tents and sleeping bags
It
and
all came
beer
out of nowhere,
and a
too.
cooler.
I
And
was
that
like,
wouldn't fit in the trunk of a Jeep.
No, yeah.
chance.
No.
I mean,
especially
maybe one tent when it's
especially
folded
when your
up.
top is down when you start the trip. And then we care so much about continuity in this one scene only that we show him actually zipping, like pulling over,
Yeah.
zipping up, just so that we as an audience wouldn't be like, hey, that was zipped down. And, like, they're like, it's not completely ridiculous yet. They're going to question.
Yeah.
So, yeah, halfway, like, I think it's a 2-second scene, too, that just shows Johnny.
Nothing else happens. He just zips it up. Yep.
Just
that's
zips it up, just so that we can flash over to, or is it for the smell joke?
I don't know, but I legitimately think I blinked and missed that part
Okay.
because I don't remember
Yep.
it at all. I was like,
Well,
all
because
right, I'll
you
take
do
your word
blink it
for
and you miss it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not,
Well,
it's
like
not important.
The top was all of a sudden on the Jeep, and I was like, oh, cool, someone probably got cold.
Or they couldn't hear the dialogue
Yeah.
that they were
They were
recording
like, oh,
in the
whoops.
Jeep. Yeah. So,
We get a great line such as, what's poon?
yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I was like, does anybody not know what poon is?
I'm a prude.
Right? Like,
And everyone's very aware.
right? Like, the best way to say that you're not a slut and tell people that you actually really are is to say that you're not a slut.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, you're not? Okay, cool.
Okay.
He's such a slut.
Yeah, I know.
I said not
I
gaping.
just met him 5 minutes ago. I know.
Then the movie decides to have a, like, flashback to the
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, when he was the first string quarterback.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's great.
Like, why? Why are we having
like,
this flashback?
In that moment, you don't really know. Like, he gives a hint. He's like, me and my dad don't talk anymore.
I thought
and
he
I
was
was
dead.
Like, yeah, or I thought, like, his dad hated him for some reason.
Yeah.
And it, like, went back several years. But it turns
yeah.
out it was, like, 2 weeks. I was like, geez, God, someone's really... All right.
Oh.
We get our flashback. Then I loved, someone's like, that's gay. And he goes, not gay at all, Billy.
Yeah, right.
It's like-
Which is weird because it seems like he's like he's making sure that nobody's going to be offended when they watch
Yeah.
this movie. But then
They drop the
who,
F word.
Yeah, who
They-
says
they-
the F word later?
The
the turkey.
turkey.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, like all bets are off, I guess.
He drops it right in front. He drops retard and the F word back to back within 3 seconds, and I lost it. I lost it.
I was like, ah,
Okay,
great.
we need to establish what voice is this turkey doing?
It's so. I always think it's like when I think of the movie before watching it, I think it's gruff like this, but it's more. He's more like just a random guy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm turkey. Gobble gobble.
It is. Hello, I'm stereotypical white voice.
It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. And okay, so let's describe this puppet too.
Do you think they made it themselves?
It seems like it.
Because it kind of looks like an animal penis with a beak. Like a really messed up animal penis.
But it's also like, okay, so
Like
for
someone
me,
chewed on it?
looks like the Skeksis from the Dark Crystal a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, remember the Dark Crystal?
Yeah.
They were the enemies in the Dark Crystal. They have this same, like, look to them. And, like, beaks that, like, should be beaks, but you can tell that they're squishy.
Glued on.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of got like a ridge behind it.
He's also got some paper teeth glued in there.
Because Turkeys have teeth, of
and
course.
the entire time you can also visibly see that the mouth goes nowhere at all. Like, it's the inside of the puppet's mouth is like protruding.
They didn't even try to have like a hole in the.
It's like a lump of plastic. It's like they were not going for believability. But then again, it's a movie about a murderous turkey. So
Right,
what can I
a
say?
murderous talking turkey.
Absolutely.
That is okay.
It's actually a curse.
That is cursed.
Right. It's the turkey. The turkey was summoned by a Native American
Who
to
was just pissed about white people taking his land.
to murder white people who took Native American land.
I mean, at least they're hitting all the Thanksgiving points.
Right.
Were there pilgrims in Ohio in 16?
My ex-boyfriend was a
21?
pilgrim.
Yeah. In Ohio.
I like for half a second I was like, yeah, I guess that's plausible, but do they still exist? And I was like, and I'm still not sure. Can pilgrims still exist?
Yeah.
All right.
Can. Also, guys,
Purists.
who declares
Thumb
in
wars.
front of everyone? Yeah, who declares thumb wars
That's
anymore?
the only time I ever hear the word declares.
Who declares in front of everyone that they're going to have sex with somebody in this room?
That made me so uncomfortable.
I feel like even the actors where they're like, that wasn't that was improv. That was not
it
written.
seemed like I'm gonna have sex with someone in this car.
It's like,
right? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's extremely obvious that one person seems to be spoken for, and another person is trying desperately hard to get that same person, and nobody's sleeping with Billy Bob. So
Billy Bob's trying for the same person as well.
right, as Allie, he's trying for Allie. He's trying for the slutty girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Billy's trying
Right.
for the slutty girl.
Yeah.
So during this scene, we also cut over to a
Hermit.
What do they? Yeah, Hermit. His name is just Oscar the Hermit. I didn't even know he had a first name. I thought he was just
yeah.
Hermit because they just straight up go, "Thanks, Hermit."
Is that before he was the Grouch?
Right? Oscar the Hermit. Well, yeah, because he moved out of the city.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
But so Oscar the Hermit is out with his dog Lassie, and I was like,
Is it Lassie or is it Flassie? Because
I don't.
I
Think
hear
he
later
even knew.
on,
I hear Lassie.
right? Which he
those
says
Lassie's
it's his
timeline-
wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. I think after the spoiler alert, the dog dies. I think after the dog dies, he says first my wife and now Lassie.
Which I think his wife died of other circumstances, or she just left him, and then he just got mad that his dog also died.
Right.
Okay, so the dog runs from him and is on its own, and this is when the turkey just takes an axe to the dog.
Well, so
Right?
there's a weird totem pole
yeah.
sticking out of the ground.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like I straight up thought that he was gonna use that as a
forgot
dildo
about
at
the
some
Right.
point.
Yeah.
But the dog pees on it, and I guess that wakes up. No, that doesn't wake up the turkey because the turkey comes back to kill every 505 years.
Yeah, he was gonna come
Yes.
anyway,
Which doesn't add up to the math of the last year that it was out.
right? And it's does it only come out on Thanksgiving? Was the curse that specific?
I think so.
Okay.
It was it comes out and kills the first people it sees.
okay.
Which
Until-
was happened to be a
until
dog.
Or the
when-
first white people it sees.
right, which is not a dog.
Yeah.
But the dog peed on it.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he was
Right.
pissed.
Yeah.
Right? Which immediately
He
was
was
like,
pissed.
oh, fuck. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I'm so pissed off. You're like, this is, part of me feels like it never needed to talk.
It didn't. It really did not.
Because
But it got some
It got
good
some
moments.
killer moments.
Zing. So it kills the dog, which I'm just gonna say it. Thank God our co-host isn't with us anymore. She would not have let us live this down.
Another
Our
dog
past
died.
co-host was hugely not supportive of dogs dying in cinema. Where I'm like, who cares? It didn't really happen.
Right.
But, she probably would have turned it off.
Yeah.
She would have been done 15 minutes in.
Well, it's just a bad movie. So the dog dies, and we're flashing back and forth between the Jeep scene and this, but then it eventually...
Oscar the Hermit sees the turkey
Yeah.
and tries to fire at it with a shotgun.
Completely misses.
Yeah, completely misses, right? But he's a dead aim later.
Right.
Yeah.
when it
Well,
counts.
I shot it at point blank.
right.
Or, yeah, he said
So
something
he
like that.
sees the turkey and the axe in his dog. And
Oh,
Turkey,
this pun.
Turkey
Oh, this
says,
pun.
he's like, what happened to my dog? And Turkey's like, he had an accident. I had this axe, and I stuck it in him. Get it? Axe it in?
When a
That's like
movie
me
needs to
making
explain
jokes.
the pun.
Because I think people don't get it, so I just over-explain it, and I'm like,
Well, yeah,
like, we
you-
got it. We
you
just
and the
didn't
turkey
laugh,
have
and
a
I'm
lot
like,
in common.
All right, thanks.
The turkey's like, come on, these are the jokes here, folks. Yeah, like, I would love to see, like, a side thing where the turkey actually just tried stand-up after this.
I think the turkey is the funniest character in the movie.
Well, of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
He is.
I mean, he is the reason.
Yeah,
the
he
movie.
is the movie, yeah.
Okay, so basically, I'll say it. The turkey is like Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
In its ability to just like it's doing the killing. It is the murderous entity in the movie, and is also just cracking one-liners and puns like Freddy would.
Oh my god, its skin is like Freddy's.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
It is pretty much Freddy Krueger in turkey form.
Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger's dick.
That is what it is.
Freddy Krueger's turkey dick.
Freddy Krueger's massive turkey dick head.
White meat or dark meat, bitch.
I just noticed we were both wrong. It is Flashy.
Huh?
Oh, Flashy.
Because Flashy's got
It's
its
Flashy.
his own credit on IMDb.
Oh, okay.
And the dog's actual name is Jake? Or does
Okay.
that say Jail?
No, it's Jake.
Jake? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Flashy.
Jake the dog.
Okay.
Jake the dog.
So the car breaks down,
Unfortunately.
right? And then they're all like, "Oh my god, like what happened?" And like nobody's seen
Maybe
seems
it's
to
a
know.
flat tire.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, is she being serious, or was that like a joke in the
I
movie?
think they're just like playing up her dumbness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if they were playing up the dumbness for that sake, or she was being facetious to the group in that moment. See, that's my
like,
struggle
yeah.
with this movie. Is sometimes I don't know if they're being.
If they're trying to make like
Right.
a thing, or if they're just like
Yeah, I don't know if they're poking
Completely
me as an
unaware.
audience member in the ribs, or they're poking the people around them in
Right.
the ribs, for the joke.
just friends making jokes for their
Right.
own movie.
So they all decide, like, let's let the car cool down and let's go party in the woods,
Yeah.
right? Meanwhile, we flash over because she's like, I got to call my dad.
Well, she calls her dad before the breakdown
Oh, yeah.
because she's supposed to be home that night.
Right. And
But I loved this scene.
the
Amazing.
stepmom
Well,
of
no-
the dad.
So the dad,
Okay, you
she
do it.
pours him a drink of coffee, and he's like, "This coffee tastes like shit." She holds out the coffee pot. There's shit in it. She goes, "It is shit."
I want a fucking divorce.
And walks out.
Who goes through these lengths in order to just announce you want a divorce? Who's like, I'm gonna put shit in the coffee?
Well,
This
Making
movie
an
holds
exit.
nothing back. It is so ridiculous. Part of me wants to watch it again.
Oh, God.
Now that I'm talking it through.
save it for next Thursday
Yeah.
or 2 Thursdays from now.
So, I love it also in that scene, somewhere like she's on the phone and you hear this like disembodied ADR of like, toss me a beer, right?
Yeah.
But it was like so ADR'd in, right? It stood out so much. I was like, who was that? Like,
Yeah.
you know who it was, but it sounded so off camera, like it was somewhere else. I was like, nice
And then the
job
dad
on
goes,
that one.
"You're not tossing in the car, are you?"
Oh, this
Like,
is the
and
best
that's when
movie
it's
ever
like,
made.
they're aware.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, and then
I
he
love
also
how the
just goes,
sheriff's wearing like kids' costume badges.
Yeah, and a fake mustache,
Fake
right?
mustache.
Yep. "By the way, your stepmom left me. Bye."
Yep. Bye.
Oh, okay.
So they all get out of the Jeep and like it broke down, and there's also like nice like ass rip in your jeans, Allie. Did
Yeah.
you see it? Like it was just a full on like
It was
ass
like
rip.
the
Like,
the-
what happened to
the
her?
under cheek rip.
Yeah.
I think that was
That's
just like
not
the
a fashion thing, is it?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. You gotta show a little bit of butt.
I guess.
Gotta
Get
get
that
Johnny to
nut.
get under your hood.
Yeah, right.
So they're all out of the car, and then who is it that pushes Billy to the floor? The nerd. Is it the hillbilly?
No, the hillbilly's not around yet.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry.
I
The
think
goofy guy.
it's Darren. I think he just trips over the Crawford sign, and then
Yes.
Does he trip? I thought someone like shoved him. And
he
was
falls
like,
over the
"Wah."
sign,
Right.
and then he
Yeah.
picks up the sign.
Right. I totally forgot about the Crawford sign.
Where have I heard that state before? State. Oh my God,
It's
city.
town, right? And
Yeah.
it's like probably because it's next door to wherever you were driving.
Maybe you
Like,
drove through it.
Crawford itself didn't just not exist because the sign wasn't up.
And then this is when we get our.
Plus, that sign looks fairly new.
Yeah, I was like,
Right.
like it was a really great prop that they made, but they didn't think to take the next step and weather it. They were like, someone ran over it 2 days ago. Like, so then we get our. They're all sitting around the campfire drinking, and the nerd is like, "I'm gonna get super wasted." Yeah,
right? And
that's
okay,
his goal for the night somehow.
Also, the camera doesn't know that it already has established its shot because sometimes it decides to quick zoom in a little bit further.
Yeah.
Like somebody will already be talking, the shot's already established, it's on the screen, and then the camera's like, wait, hold on, just a little closer. All right, we got it? All right, great. Like, just do the shot over.
Then when we get our lovely animated
Exposition.
Yes, thank you. I was
You
like,
bet.
I
I
didn't.
got your
You
back.
knew I wasn't gonna get that word. You're like, oof, this one's rough already.
This is where you see an animated dick hanging on
Yeah,
the
you do.
Oh
clothesline.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Was it an animated dick or was it just a lonely Native American dildo?
Right. Good question.
Oh. That would just be a totem pole.
Yeah. I told him not to put it in his ass.
So with this animation,
Told him.
it's no, I got it. Just trying to move past it, but just
I
like
have
the
to
turkey,
be the turkey.
just like the turkey, you're like totem. I said totem.
I said totem.
So okay, I can't even get through this movie. Okay. Hold on, I got the giggles. Just get somebody else take over for a
Right.
second.
So during this animated exposition, Darren explains to all of his friends that 505 years ago, a Native American. And does anyone remember his name? The Native American's name? Because I don't. It was something
No.
funny.
Chief Bigfoot.
Whatever.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Something probably offensive.
He
Yeah.
necromanced a turkey to come back every 505 years and kill white people for taking the Native Americans' land.
Sure.
Right. And Darren explains
But
that they are in that
we gave
same
you
town.
casinos.
Yeah, wasn't that enough? It was almost enough, but it wasn't.
It was almost enough. I like how the turkey's like, we were close. We were really close.
Right.
I wasn't going to come back, but somebody peed on me. So,
That's just your Beetlejuice voice.
it is just my beautiful voice. So I like how the turkey has like purple predator vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like they discovered the thermal feature on the camera, but it's not real thermal. So they were like, "That's cool.
It's
What if
almost
we
as
use
if-
that for the turkey vision?"
It's almost as if somebody, like, it's almost as if somebody took and was like, "Guys, look what I can do on the editing program. Like,
Right?
I can change colors," and they were like, "Perfect, purple.
We
You
love
do
it.
purple. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, because it's not actual thermal vision, right? Because that would be you never actually see anybody else in the bird's eye view.
Right.
It's just like going through the forest. Like,
Well,
it's like,
I don't know. We're not turkeyologists,
That's
Oh,
true.
so they could actually see
That's
that.
how turkeys could see.
There's a real name. What is the bird name? What is it?
The turkey's name is Turkey.
No, I mean, what is the name for a bird expert? It's a arbor or
Arbitrary?
yeah.
Is it arbitrary?
No, I don't know. But there's an actual name for like those who
Yeah,
study
turkeyologist.
birds.
Yeah, a turkeyologist. Right.
They said it in the movie. It's got to be right if it's in the movie.
Did they say it in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
please
missed that.
stop questioning it. You're just
Okay.
you're hurting your own
You're
image
right.
here.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Side note: turkeyologist most likely 100% is not a thing.
No, it's totally. It's just,
Turkeyologist.
I'm afraid that Jonathan's gonna run with it.
no. And so they tell the story, and then Kristen goes off alone
Yeah,
to
she
call
freaks
her
out
father.
about it. She believes it and she gets scared.
Which is like, why?
But
Okay,
then,
yeah.
She realizes she's like, oh shit, forgot to update Dad that.
And she doesn't have
not gonna be
service,
there.
so she has to leave.
Right. And so apparently she gets service by walking like 2 feet the other way.
Right.
And
walking up the road that they drove to that campsite on.
She hears a sound.
right, which that sound forces the editor to do a whole bunch of smash cuts, just like boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
right.
boom, 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 right? And then she sees the turkey, which I like this one. I wrote this one down.
One of my favorites.
I'm gonna drink your blood like cranberry sauce. Like,
Which I immediately thought of the cranberry sauce that comes in a can, and I was like, that's gotta not be great blood.
right.
That's called a problem.
I love how
See a
Kristen's
doctor.
screaming, and the turkey's just like, oh, shut the fuck up. Oh, my
I know.
God.
He does the
I-
voice really good,
I
actually.
thought-
I'm like,
I know.
I'm not gonna
I was
do
like,
it
that's
anymore.
I'm watching the movie.
Yeah.
I thought that like screaming was gonna be the turkey's weakness.
Of
Like,
course
'cause
not. It doesn't come back.
Yeah, but it like
Well, no,
it-
because he had an invisible spell on him. Not invisible, invincible spell.
invisible spell. I
Yeah.
was like, well, I think most spells are invisible. They're just words.
No, he had an invincible spell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because this is a movie that needs to write that line in to try to explain why he hasn't been shot or killed. And I don't think by that point in the movie, which would be like 45 minutes in when they explain the invincible thing, I don't think I'm questioning these things anymore.
Well, I stopped questioning things.
At
Okay.
least they gave the effort to explain it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like they realized they just needed to add in like, what are those things whenever like you've written up like a law has been written, but then they add on extra things.
Oh, an amendment?
Amendment.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just
It's in the
kept adding-
Constitution.
They were like, don't talk to me about the Constitution.
No, I won't. it
know
means
why I got so
nothing.
offended.
It means nothing.
Have you seen the state of our world?
Okay, so
Oh yeah. So
she comes back.
runs back.
Yeah.
Terrified.
And she's telling everybody, and nobody believes her. Which,
Johnny gets a little scared, doesn't he?
well, no,
He's just
Johnny
being-
doesn't
he's
either
just
because
trying
she
to
gets.
fuck her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But
Or date her.
Johnny doesn't even.
Right.
Johnny doesn't believe her either, and she has to understand that what she's proposing is ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Right? And yet she's completely upset and offended that I thought somebody would believe me. Johnny, you of everybody, right? But no, he doesn't either.
Did he just meet these girls?
I thought so too. Yeah.
And then she storms into her tent. Because why leave after the killer turkeys appeared? Let's just sleep in the forest where the turkey is.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody's just like, I'm going to go to sleep. Right? And yet you would think in a normal horror movie, this is when shit's going to happen. But it doesn't.
He just disappears. He
He
goes away.
just shits on Billy Bob while
Well,
he's sleeping.
He's about to.
He shits Vienna sausages, by the way.
Yes.
I thought they were marshmallows colored brown
Oh, okay.
because one was still white on part of it.
Either way, I was like,
Don't shit on
why?
Vienna sausages. Those things are disgusting and amazing.
Yeah,
They're
no,
such a terrible
they're
little treat. They
deliciously
smell
horrible.
just gross. It's cat food in a tube. They're so cheap, though.
So as they're describing things, this is another time, and this happens so much in this movie. I go, could the camera get any closer to their faces?
I know. It gets uncomfortably close.
Like their foreheads like cut off, and their chin is cut off. It's so close at sometimes, and this is a lot. This happens a lot when they're in the Jeep, because I feel like the camera's like. Oh, the cameraman's like, why did we choose a Jeep as our car? Because it's just me and whoever's speaking. That's all who can fit in this car right
Might
now.
as well picked a 2-door Honda Civic.
That probably would have had more room. Most likely.
Yeah.
So
So the turkey shot on his chest and it was about to kill him, but Oscar the Hermit was like,
right.
saved your life.
Right. And they're like, man, freaking weirdos in the
Yeah.
woods. I'm all freaked out. Let's go home. So they fix the car. And
Do they? Or does the
somehow-
car just go?
Yeah, it seems like they just get back to the car.
Well,
and-
I feel like he just like took his hand and like spun it a couple times
Yeah.
on something, and then it was like, we're good
He
here.
was doing
And I'm like-
magic.
I'm like, well, your radiator is overheating, so
Radigator?
radiator.
Radigator.
I didn't say radigator, did I?
A little bit.
A little bit? Well, it's because I was desperately trying not to say
Radigator.
I was desperately trying not to say radiator.
Isn't it a radiator? Wait,
Oh, no.
yeah.
Which one is it?
it's radiator.
Because I always get...
I know.
I always get...
We've talked about this before.
Yes, I always...
It's radiator.
People make fun of me because, like...
Wasn't it like you had only read the word before, so you just like told yourself that's how it's pronounced?
I think so. Something like that.
And then someone's like, "You mean radiator?"
Yeah.
It's
I was like, it's rad. So, okay. Anyway.
I just like radigator because that just sounds like a '90s cartoon.
Can we go back a scene for a second?
Yeah.
Please.
There is a doll of a rabbit that gets thrown in the fire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody seems to question the fact that they all saw it get thrown in the fire, right?
And
Or am I wrong?
they're
You're
like,
right.
"It's
They
the
saw
turkey," and then they're like,
They're more
Right.
being... They're more like, what kind of rabbit is it? Stuff like that, instead of being like, who threw it?
"I am surprised." Oh, go.
Yeah, Darren, the nerdy kid, he's like, its stomach's been gnawed open by
Yeah.
a beak, but not just any beak, a turkey beak. And I'm just like, what? How do you know what
He's
kind of beak
majoring in
gnawed this?
turkeyology.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Right?
He's taking exclusively turkey classes in high school.
Right. Well, dental records are not admissible in the court of law anymore,
Right.
so I'm not quite
Teeth
sure.
can change.
Yeah,
Anyone
right?
can get Smile Direct now.
Yeah. It's a perfect match.
That's our
Beak,
advertisement
beak to
for the
beak,
week.
perfect match.
Oh.
Okay, so
I thought that during that scene though they were gonna take a turn and they were gonna show the comedy guy just eating the rabbit. He was like, "Well, it's cooked." I 100% believed that was gonna happen,
That makes sense.
and then it didn't. So that was where the movie let
I'll
me down.
hold back on eating things that are cooked because, like, the end totally for me was just like, really, you're really gonna eat
Oh,
something that's
yeah.
radioactive,
Right? I was like, "That's a
Um,
bad move."
So, oh God, why does she do that pun before she gets out of the car? I was a little beaked out.
Oh my god.
It
like,
sounded
why?
like she didn't
Like,
mean to.
Huh?
Yeah,
It sounded
no,
like it was like a slip of the tongue.
It's not like when I messed something up.
Right?
No, this was very intentional, and I don't know why.
Are you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm tripping on a cord. It's fine. Just roll with it. We'll edit it out. We'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Okay.
Yeah. I don't.
Why? I'm a little beaked out.
Because it's funny, Jonathan.
Is
alright?
it though?
You know what?
Like,
You know when they say
because there are genuinely funny things that I laughed out loud,
It is-
and other things I'm just like,
They have some actually really funny jokes.
They
in this
do.
movie, and then there's times where you're just like, what?
yeah, well,
Are
like,
you
why?
serious?
Why? Right? Because like that for me when I watch this, that is what keeps it from being like on another level of greatness. Because like I feel like this movie came out in 2009. The Grindhouse double feature movies, Planet Terror and Death Proof, came out 2 years prior, right?
Uh-huh.
And so there was this surge of movies like that, Hobo with a Shotgun, what's it, Machete, and then Machete Kills Again, or something like that. All these movies where it was obviously like grindhouse horror and tongue-in-cheek and like wasn't taking itself seriously. So it's like you can tell where their inspiration is. And what keeps this movie from being great, no matter how bad it's filmed, is the fact that I feel like there's times where their jokes just don't hit the mark at all.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
what it is for me. Where I'm like, you didn't have to say that at all. Just get out of the car. Like,
That's
not.
what made it bad. Just that.
I loved it. I would recommend this to anybody.
Yeah, from the bottom of my heart, I love this movie. I've watched it 8 times now.
Well, you've been asking me to do this for months.
Yeah.
Actually. So
It's finally time. 'Tis the season.
tis the season. Gobble gobble, motherfucker.
So, yeah, it shows all the characters being dropped off at their
Right.
house, but then we also get the scene of the turkey that is hitchhiking.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And for some reason, people are okay with turkeys just being people.
Yes.
Like-
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a movie that
Like turkeys are okay.
He's
to
a
hitchhike
person,
and-
pretty much.
yeah.
No
he's
one-
a person until he needs to be a terrifying turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Because this is one of them. Like, who's pulling over for an actual turkey?
A dude who wants ass, gas, or grass.
Right?
And he like almost like rapes the turkey.
Well, no, it's
Like-
not rape if he was offering ass
Right. He was,
for the ride.
It's a tight ass. Direct quote.
See, I thought the turkey was like, yeah, your ass.
Oh, you thought that the turkey was going to sleep with him?
Well, no, I thought the guy. So the guy thought that he was going to get ass from the turkey, but then
Right.
I thought the turkey's perception was that he was going to get the guy's ass.
Oh.
But then he just shoots
I
him in the
just
face
don't-
with a shotgun.
After making him call his daughter.
Yeah. Call his daughter.
Call your
apologize
daughter!
for being late. I don't know. He's
And
like,
then shoots him in the head.
while he's still on the phone, I was like, oh.
I love it.
why
And then
call
he
your
gets behind the wheel of a car and drives off.
And drives. How?
Okay, here's my actual what I wrote out loud, right? I was like, "Oh, he's going to fuck a turkey." And then I wrote, "And the turkey has a shotgun?"
Right?
And then
nowhere.
I wrote, "And now he's driving." by the end of that whole thing, like, and now is driving, I was like, I have to write it in capitals. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And that's it for that scene. And
Yeah.
then it's done.
Yeah. That's
He
it.
Somehow knows where the children
Yeah,
live.
he knows where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
he knows where to go.
so then all the kids are back home. The jock is home.
One of my favorite scenes is with the jock and his parents. Just,
But
"Mom,
like,
you know, I haven't talked to him in 2 weeks.
right? And I like he like has this conversation with his dad.
I like where
And
he's
then,
like,
like,
Dad, and it's like,
Yeah, it's a look part. He like as he looks, it's like. I was like, that's a me move.
Something I've
Jeez.
never noticed before. Like, I've watched this so many times, and I know he goes out and he tells his dad he's the first string quarterback, but I've never heard him standing with his mom after his dad walks out, and he's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna lie to him. And she's like,
yeah.
Johnny, no. And he's like, I'm fucking lying to him. And then he goes out there, he's like,
Because he wants to talk to his
I'm the
dad.
first string quarterback. You're a great kid, son.
Right?
I'm real
We're
proud of
just
you.
good.
That fixed everything.
So then,
This movie wastes no time.
no, not at all.
No, it just goes.
The
This is a train.
The turkey takes a box cutter and slices his head off.
Yeah, I was like,
Go
Slices
deep,
the
Johnny.
dad's
Word.
head off.
Right.
Yeah.
Slices the dad's head off
Right.
and then tosses it to Johnny football style.
And I guess maybe because they wasn't lit properly, they felt like they needed blood.
Right.
So they did CGI blood.
And
Yeah.
for some reason he caught it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, because he's a quarterback.
That's true. It's an
Oh, wait.
instinct.
Yeah, I guess
He's
so.
a quarter. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then somehow his mother's eyes are gouged out.
Right. Because that was done off screen, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah. Within the 5 seconds that they were outside.
and then he's super bummed that he's not going to have a Thanksgiving dinner.
No-
His monologue in the Jeep.
nothing is better than their reactions to their parents dying.
They're like, dang it.
The
All
turkey
right.
killed my parents, guys.
He was like, Mom and Dad,
No Thanksgiving
no
dinner.
stuffing, no cranberry.
More upset
Fucking
about
kill
the
that
food.
turkey. All while he's like being lit by this like blue halo light in his Jeep.
And then we cut to like one of the best scenes
Oh yes.
of Allie and Grant. I think Grant was the guy's name.
Oh
She
shit! I
was-
forgot Grant, which means that would be 9 deaths in the movie. Sorry.
Oh, all right, you're
Yeah.
a failure.
I am a failure.
So she's flirting with a dude named Grant,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Are we really gonna do this right here? What about your parents?" And she's like, "Oh, they don't care." So
Yeah.
they go in there, and you see Turkey walk up to the room, and they're on the bed fucking, fully clothed.
Right.
He has jeans on. She has her skirt and her shirt on, and the turkey goes into the room, breaks Grant's neck, and
Yes.
blood falls onto.
Did he break the neck or did he slice it?
I thought he sliced
He might
it.
have sliced it because there's blood.
Because he
so my
breaks her
apologies.
neck, right?
Right.
But
Okay.
it's like a nice thick glob of fake blood.
Blood falls onto her, and she's
This
like,
is a good bit. Okay, this
I
is a
love
sex.
this.
This is a sex bit. It reminds me. I did a kill in my movie where a girl was going down on a guy, and then the killer like tiptoed into the room, and then just shoved her head down onto the dick.
"Oh my god, amazing!"
It's actually my favorite kill of the movie that we did.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and so death by dick, and then he just like pops out of bed and like, with a surprise face, and we just assume he died too. So this to me, I was like, yes, a sex kill. So yes, he slices his throat, and that causes like blood to splurt out on her back from behind.
Right.
And she goes, "Oh my God, you finished early again," or something. And I was like, yes, that is amazing. And then
The turkey factor.
the
best.
turkey decides to get inside her instead.
Amazing.
And her only reaction is that, like, oh, you feel a little smaller?
That's about it.
I don't think. Did she
Or,
actually
like, you
say
feel
that?
weird or
She
something,
said,
right?
she said Grant is something different or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's it.
And
How
then-
about Grant, I feel like you've put a feather duster right up my ass.
Yeah.
How about that?
And then he like finishes and breaks her neck.
Which that would have been funny. Where she's like, "Oh, kinky, you're bringing a feather duster in," or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
Before breaking her neck, though, he finishes in her,
he
looks at
does
her,
finish,
and
doesn't
goes,
he?
"You just got stuffed," and then breaks her neck.
Oh God! All the just.
Because this isn't actually like this isn't a turkey who's actually fulfilling his curse or prophecy.
Yeah.
This is a turkey.
Fuck's a stranger.
This is a turkey
This is rape, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
This is a turkey.
100%.
This is a turkey who decides to be sodomized a scene prior.
Yeah.
And then is going to go and rape somebody else instead. This is
Paying it forward.
right.
terrible.
We're really giving it to these white people.
Yeah.
And she's like the least white of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She totally. Yeah. I don't know what.
So then, the other 4 teenagers, they're at the innocent girl's like door front.
Right.
I don't know.
Johnny has basically
He's like-
warned them all, saying my parents are dead, and they're like, we need to go get Allie.
What about our slut friend?
Yeah.
And he like goes to walk into the house. He doesn't even knock. He's like, we're close. And just walks in the house. And I was like, that's pretty dangerous. All right, cool. Lock your doors, people. And then he comes back out and he's like, it's an extra small gravy flavored condom.
I'm like, they make those?
I was like,
Gravy flavored condom. That is funny. I'm sorry. It's
No,
just
it is.
funny.
It's-
Like,
but
Because
that also
at this point, yeah, I am suspending believability, but I do have to also bring it up just for the fact of being like, what is happening?
I don't think I would want a flavored condom in me.
let alone a gravy flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have like banana flavored, right?
Right.
I feel like
Stuff
that would just give you like a yeast infection.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to actually use those flavored.
Yeah, those
condoms.
aren't only.
Oh, they're just gimmicks. Okay.
It's weird. I don't even know why they exist.
Well, apparently because some people like it's for giving head.
Yeah,
right.
but why would you?
Better safe than
dental,
sorry.
dental dams.
Yeah.
Maybe.
right. Okay, so while this is all happening, the turkey decided not to stay at Allie's house.
This is probably my favorite scene in the movie. I would have to say.
The awkward conversation.
This is probably my favorite.
What
scene
is
in the movie.
happening?
This is
Why does this exist?
incredible.
I loved it so much, but why?
Incredible.
The turkey goes to
Kristen's
the innocent
house.
Kristen
The sheriff,
girls.
right,
yeah.
Goes to the sheriff and he's like, "Oh, I'm Kristen's friend.
Mm-hmm.
Can I wait here for her?" And he's like, "Yeah."
And he calls her the wrong name. He's like Catherine, and
Yeah.
that's
Which,
like.
how
"You
does he
mean
know her
Kristen?"
name at all?
Right.
And then they're like sitting there having.
Oh, and he's
coffee.
wearing-
The turkey's wearing a mustache.
Yes, he's
and a
wearing
nose.
Oh,
the
stupid-
fake
Yeah.
nose mustache glasses combination
He's
that
like
like
Karl Marx.
yeah, the gag glasses. And the sheriff. See, this is another thing where like, are we thinking that it's a person, or are we thinking it's a turkey?
He's in a
Like,
disguise. What do
right,
you mean?
right.
Because the sheriff straight up calls him like a little person.
He says the word midget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, but I'm like, what kind of midgets do you run into? Because like turkeys are smaller than any human being, even like that is a little person.
Well, it's a disguise.
It's the disguise. Yeah.
right.
It-
Oh yeah.
No, it was hard to see through it. I
It's the
couldn't
month
tell.
of November. The month of November is the month of disguises.
Yeah, that's right.
100%.
Oh my God, it is. Our month is because we got White Chicks, The Village, this, and Wild Wild West.
All disguises.
They all have disguises
All
in them.
disguises and ruses.
Yeah, terrible disguises, the worst disguises.
Right. So, yeah, they sit down to wait for Kristen. Right. That's her name.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Kristen, and they have this just random conversation.
Awkward dialogue.
Nice weather today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm just I don't know why this scene plays out like this, because I'm just like, why hasn't he just killed him? Like he's killed everybody else. Like he he sits with him and has a conversation and drinks coffee where he's like he's like whatever the flavored creamer is. He's like
hazelnut.
Hazelnut.
No, I think I laughed the hardest at this movie when the turkey drops an F-bomb and the sheriff's like
The cussing.
the sheriff's like, did you just say fuck?
Yeah.
What, midgets can't curse? I'm not worried about the age of the fuck, size of the fuck. I'm worried about the age of the fuck. How old are you? 525 years old.
He's like,
Well,
okay.
fuck it. I guess you can say it.
Right. All right, we're good.
It's just dead quiet. He's like 525, and he doesn't even question it.
No, nobody questions anything until it's time to question something. So, and then I don't know what it was. Basically, he called him a duck.
Yeah,
in some line.
What an odd little duck.
Right.
That's it. And then he turns around and kills him.
Cuts his face off.
Cuts his face off, which magically sizes down immensely.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So then we flash over to the gang.
The gang.
And they're like, we got to go to the library to figure out how this thing like can be defeated. And then they're like, libraries are closed now. And then Kristen's like, my dad's got a library in his garage.
Convenient.
Some books.
Right?
Right.
So they go back to Kristen's place, and the turkey is wearing her dad's face.
Sewn
tiny.
together.
Yeah.
Just sewn, and it is just
and
abysmal.
it's fooling him.
Once again,
Daddy,
once
something's
again,
different about you.
And he takes the hat off and he's, you got a haircut.
I'm gonna read verbatim what I wrote. Are people out of their fucking minds? Like, it's so insane. Like, how? Like, there's.
It makes no sense.
I think that's why I love it so much. It's the funniest thing. It's just, oh my god. And he lets them in and does nothing. He just lets them into the house.
Yeah, he does nothing. He doesn't like wait for. Well, I guess he finally does wait for like Billy Bob, right? But then even doesn't kill him then.
Well, right, yeah, but he lets them use the library. He's just like, come on in, and he lets them use the library.
Well, he's got to pretend to be her dad.
Why doesn't he just kill him?
Right.
That's what he's there for.
Yeah. Especially if like they're there to use the library so that they can kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he has to hide the body at some point. So.
Oh yeah, because he's
he
so
saves
worried
that,
about hiding bodies
right?
now.
And then, so I
love this montage.
Yeah,
too,
this montage
where they both reach down for the same book, and it's such a forced, like, horrible acting of like two people just to establish
now
that they have a romantic.
We swear you do. And they're like, all right.
Oh.
And it's like this montage of them reading books and getting stuff figured out. And while it's happening, I'm like, do they not know what an index or a glossary is? And then there's a moment where the nerd teaches the comedy guy how to read.
Yeah,
and then they eventually
he's reading one of those like golden books.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, I found the book. And they're like, God, that took forever. And they're like, it was 5 minutes.
Really convenient.
I like
that
one.
was in her dad's garage.
Right?
Yeah.
Very convenient.
Yep.
and it's written in a math code, I believe.
By the way, I'm pretty sure like everybody is doing, like we said, like caricatures of like actual stereotype like type things, but I really think that the girl might be the worst. Kristen might be the worst actress of the entire thing.
Right.
Like, because
I agree.
Her reactions aren't even genuine in a comedic way.
Right.
They're just
exactly.
bad.
Yeah. She's the least funny and the least like. She's just the least entertaining. It's just not
she's
good.
very dry.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like
not a great
even in the
final
end
girl.
when Johnny dies, like she's like,
Please don't
Johnny.
spoil that movie.
Oh, so sorry.
I haven't seen it.
Well, I feel like I'm wrapping all this up because the movie just decides to wrap itself up real quick.
Yeah.
Too.
So they figure it out, and they're like, well, they also couldn't figure out how to defeat the turkey. Like the movie itself, they could figure out how to defeat the turkey, but the movie itself was like, oh, you got to separate it from its talisman.
Right.
But you actually have to say the spell backwards to like deactivate its invincibility.
And then you have to kill it after
But
it's
you also have to
deactivated.
solve a math riddle.
to what was the math riddle for?
The math riddle gave him the thing he had to say backwards. Whatever he was reading in the code
I thought
book.
the math riddle was like the final piece of the puzzle of burning him at the stake.
Yeah.
Shit, there's so many steps to
Killing turkeys is really hard.
Turkey is a demon.
How do all those turkey farmers do it?
Right? And if he gets pardoned, we got to start the whole movie over again.
Right? Well, then there's also the line about the teepee. So that comes up later, though. That's when Billy's dying. No, not Billy's dying.
Johnny.
That's when John. No, not when Johnny's
Not Johnny.
dying.
Billy Bob?
The turkey.
It is Billy.
Billy Bob?
No, wait.
No, it's not. Billy dies alone.
Right.
Yeah.
When he
but-
eats a ghost cartoon turkey.
Okay. So, well, first, so they figure it all, or they're trying to figure it out. Billy's like, I'm hungry.
He
I'm going to
gets
go
hungry.
find food.
Right.
He walks off, and he sees the turkey trying to, pull the dad
The
into a
faceless
hiding
body.
space. I'm pretty sure they just, mixed up some,
Smothered shit on him, yeah.
It's like red velvet cake batter that's too thick, and they're like, put it on your face.
It's just strawberry jam.
You're like, you're toast.
Okay, so Billy Bob sees the turkey.
And he's like, we gotta go. Wow. And then they
if
manage
that's the
to.
sheriff, you must be Turkey. Guys, come here. It's the turkey. Doesn't do anything. He just waits for his friends to get there.
Everyone just takes their time.
And then you have the face reveal of Turkey taking off the mask with his wing.
Yes.
And this is whenever they finally do remove the talisman, because they're like, it says it's in his
Right.
plumage.
They put him in a
What's
headlock.
He puts him
plumage?
in a headlock, yeah, and he grabs the talisman from him.
Which that just, they needed to separate that from him for some reason, but then that thing's gone. That plot device is
Yeah,
Yep,
great.
just
time
done.
for the
Not
next
there.
4 steps.
Right.
And so
with
then,
the 20 minutes left.
why does Billy leave?
He
He just takes off.
He just gets mad. He's like, I'm sick of this fucking turkey, and he just gets angry, and then
Yeah.
he walks. He strides off.
Yep. So Billy then I guess the turkey also runs away.
The turkey runs away when he's in the headlock, and he dips out. He
Oh,
breaks out
he's
of it.
like, oh shit, they're working on me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Billy then finds a cart. He's like, I'm so hungry, and comes across a cartoon cooked turkey.
Yeah.
Which I guess
It was literally a cartoon, and it was semi-transparent.
Yeah.
Ghost turkey. Did the turkey turn himself into?
I
think he
guess?
was hallucinating because he was so hungry. That's what I always got from it.
I thought the
Really?
turkey turned into some sort of able to swallow whole and go
my
inside
God.
a body.
I've never
with a
understood
shotgun.
that. I've never understood. Oh my God!
You-
You're
so
making
you
me
haven't
have
either.
a revelation. Oh my God!
Like the turkey had its own magic, but why doesn't it just constantly turn into turkeys, like cooked turkeys,
Right.
That seems.
and then just let people
Ghost
eat
turkeys.
it? But then so as that's happening, we flash over to the other three. The gang is dwindling down, and the nerd kid is like, they're like, we gotta find the turkey, and he's like, well, it says the turkey will be in his teepee. Okay, cool. That came out of nowhere. He has a teepee now.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and he sees he's not in the teepee. He's killing your friend. It's like,
And then back to
who wrote
Billy.
this book?
Yeah, right. I was like, that's very
Yeah.
specific. Either that or your friend is dead.
So then Billy eats this turkey, and his stomach is and it goes all full alien. But the turkey has the shotgun inside him as well,
Right.
and
Which fits.
shoots out and then claws his own way out.
Yes.
And as that,
May I?
yeah,
Right.
oh, go for it.
Yeah.
You know it word for word.
Sticks his head out, looks up at Billy with a gaping hole in his gut, and the greatest line in film history: "Gobble gobble, motherfucker."
And then he says more.
Oh, he does.
He does.
I don't know.
That's what I call foul play.
Oh yeah.
Oh my!
That's what
Sorry,
I call foul
I
play.
always hear that line, and I just get so excited,
Right,
and then I
'cause
don't
you
listen.
just-
Who
you
gives
just
a
black out
shit
the
about the
rest of
next
it.
line?
Right? I didn't even include it in the intro. I was like, because at first I grabbed both because I was like, oh, it's just one whole line, and then I was like, as I was trying to fit the intro, do our new intro this week, I was just like, yeah, I don't care about that, Yeah. So
And-
then they show up.
Turkey runs off.
Yeah, he dips again.
They see
He
Billy
dips.
dying.
We're
and
outta
then
here.
There's the music,
Yes. Yes.
the song.
Okay, so
Oh my God.
set up why there's this song.
Please.
So the nerd kid is apparently best friends with Billy. I thought they were just friends.
I
And
didn't
he,
think he was friends with anybody.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was friends at the beginning. Billy is
Yeah.
talking to Johnny, and he's like, "Oh,
He's
just
pretty
let my
cool.
friend come along." Yeah, so I think they were friends.
He's weird, but it's fun once you get to know him.
Yeah.
Right?
And then there's a so he runs over to Billy's body, the nerd
Yeah.
kid does, and
Yeah.
he's like, "No, why?" And was it just me? Was I just done with this, or did he keep asking why?
Oh, he did.
Oh, no, this just
Okay.
goes on and on
yeah.
and on forever
Okay.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I didn't even know you guys were friends, let alone to have this scene. I think they were just improv or something. Like, just be funny about it.
And he's like-
and I didn't find it, like, as it went on, I was like, it's getting less funny instead of more
You
funny.
took me for my first ice cream. I was like, you didn't have
So-
ice cream until you were 18?
Guys, I got to play the song
Yeah,
for people. Okay,
command
so
it.
there is a flashback that happens of showing their friendship, like a montage. And this song that was written for the movie.
I miss you so much, Billy. This song goes out to
I
you.
thought that was one of you whispering into the mic.
No. No.
Love you, Billy. Now you've gone and left me. You were my friend. My friend. You got killed by a turkey. Who's not my friend. My friend. Oh, Billy. You were my best friend. We were meant to be best friends forever. And now you're dead best friend.
Dead best friend.
Dead best friend, Billy. Why did you have to leave me, Billy? Why did you have to leave me? You're my best friend, Billy. Best friend, Billy.
That song is an insult to music everywhere.
Anyways, pick up my new single, "Best Friend Billy," on iTunes today.
Best friend Billy. Like, they wrote a whole song for
Yeah.
something that was
The
never
most
really
effort they put
established.
into this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, totally agreed. Totally
There's a
agreed.
scene of them feeding each other ice cream cones.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I loved it.
They're skipping around. They're playing hide and seek.
It's all bright. It's all great, and I'm just like, I want this with a person. Like,
Yeah.
this is friendship.
This is true friendship.
Yep. Absolutely. So, yeah, and they keep, while he's doing the why, they keep focusing in on the intestines.
Yeah.
For some reason,
I
as
was
if they're
eating
like,
during
we
this
don't
scene,
have a
so-
lot of, we don't have a lot of shots of this, so
Yeah.
we got to just keep doing the same thing over and over again. And I could notice that the intestines were clearly like pantyhose intestines. You know, like when you fill pantyhose full
Yep.
of stuff. So I was like, well done on knowing that, like cheap special effect. But okay, so
They go to the teepee?
yes, they
Right.
go to the teepee.
Pull
The-
up like right in front of it, headlights blaring, and
No,
they're
right where it is.
and the turkey
Right.
is making himself a salad.
Oh yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna have
tossing
such a
his
great
salad, baby.
He's like, "Oh, I love salad. This is just such a light meal." Talking to himself about a salad, but then again, I've done that. I did that last week. It's a really good salad.
Yeah. And then they are like surprise, and then they read from the book, right? And
Yeah.
he's like, shut up, no, right? And that incantation that they read is what they're like, oh, now his invincibility is gone.
Yeah.
So step one, right?
And then the turkey gets loose and runs out of
yeah, he
the
just runs out of the
teepee.
tent, right?
Yeah, he runs out of the tent.
And that's where
Oscar the Hermit shoots him in the face.
Right,
Yeah.
point blank.
just
Right there,
boom,
baby.
which then like
Into a trash can, right?
yeah, it
Into a
blows him
radioactive
A
trash
right.
can.
right.
But Billy's like, "Nice shot." And he goes, "Well, I shot him at point blank range." I was like,
Oh,
"That's a really good
my
explanation."
God.
Well, I shot him at point blank range.
Oh, and so then after that, continue, please. I
Oh,
can't. I'm
so then they
losing
go.
it.
They're
I'm
like,
losing it.
"Let's go watch a movie."
Hell yeah.
They don't go to like mourn or anything, and they watch Night of the Living Dead, which I was like,
inappropriate for the
Is
All
Night
right,
of the
yeah.
Living Dead
experience.
just like free rights? Like
I was like, I'm pretty sure they're only using this movie because it's. I think it can be used.
yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I think it's public domain.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were like, well, we want something people will recognize, not like some movie that no one will know that's about a killer turkey. So they're like watching the movie, then they start to just straight up have sex in front of the nerd because they declare that they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right. Yes.
Right? Yeah,
Like, they
because
just go
he
for it.
declares. He's like, my girlfriend. And
Yeah.
she's like,
You mean
what?
it?
But
That's
we're
what.
not.
That's what she's concerned about after
Yeah.
seeing multiple friends
Well,
die.
because they're like, let's go watch a movie.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do? Clean up the bodies?
I don't know,
No.
mourn
Leave it on the
just a little
street.
bit.
I'd say call the police, but her dad's dead. And I'm
Right.
pretty sure that's all that town
And
has.
the
also,
police
okay,
force.
Yeah.
how are you going to explain this one to the police? Because when the police get there, they're just going to find a turkey that's been shot in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna look bad.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be like, the turkey totally did it, right?
So then there's the glowing trash can that the turkey was
I
in.
think the four of you just went on a massacre. That's what I think.
And you eventually just killed each other.
right? Right? There's feathers all over the place. You fucked this girl. You raped this girl.
Someone's got a tiny
Right?
dick.
This girl got a phone call from her father, and then his head was blown off. Like, it's just like, there's no way you can't call the police
Right.
on this. You kind of just go home,
Yeah.
I guess.
And watch Night of the Living Dead.
That's right. Yeah.
So then Billy's like, or not Billy, Nerd
Darren.
Kid.
Darren? Darren, yeah.
Oh. I was just calling him Nerd Kid the entire time. Nerd Kid, Darren, is like, I'm going to go get a snack. Or go to the bathroom. This is when he, like, tries different hands to wipe his mouth. And then, like, he leaves there and is, I guess, going to the kitchen, but the turkey's back.
Mm-hmm.
And the turkey...
Is making a turkey sandwich.
Right.
And the turkey bites his tongue out, rips his tongue out, I guess, and
Yeah.
then pecks his heart out.
Yes.
Yes.
Pecks his heart out.
This was cool effects. I like the tongue.
Yeah.
I like the tongue.
I was
I
like,
think
oh, God.
I think the tongue plus the heart was a little overkill.
Yeah, but I mean, ripping out a tongue wouldn't kill someone.
No. Well, it could bleed to death.
Yeah, but
Turkey's
take a
out.
while.
But
Turkey's
it's
out for
not-
more than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
He rapes and he pecks hearts.
Turkey's
Yeah.
out for cranberry blood.
Yeah.
It's true.
And
And we've mentioned that he's glowing.
oh yeah, he's glowing
right?
now, glowing green.
He's a radioactive
A great
turkey.
effect that they got going on there.
So Billy then walks into the kitchen. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm making a turkey sandwich." And it's clearly the turkey talking, but everyone's oblivious to any differences between human beings. And he goes into the kitchen, and then there's the carving knife, like the electronic one that's like, and it's
Yeah.
two like
Yeah.
blades.
Right.
The electronic carving knife.
Yeah, I just described what it was, and its name is its
You're
own
like,
description.
it's a carving knife that goes, brrrr,
And it's electric. Yeah, an electric carving knife.
and you like plug it in, and it like cuts meat off of turkey bones.
It's like,
Yeah.
story of my life. So then, he stabs Billy right in the chest with it. Kristen comes in and is like,
Billy?
No,
Billy's been
he meant
dead
Johnny.
for a while.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Why was I calling him Billy?
I don't know, because both names are in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Johnny,
go.
Billy,
Yeah.
tomato.
Yeah. So this is when I just was like, oh, she's no good as an
Yeah.
actress because she's like,
let's
Johnny,
run and hide in a shack.
no. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Random shack takes him there. Right. He's dying in her arms, but not before the turkey shows
Dying
up
in
again.
our arms tonight.
I just died.
Must have been a turkey weird head. Because it's got a weird
All
head.
right.
I just had to carry on.
Yeah, I'm like,
just
I
like
just
to
had to
hear
take it
myself
too
sing.
far. It's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so the turkey shows up again, and this is where she decides to be on the offensive. And she grabs an aerosol can and a lighter, and
Lights
Roast
that
the turkey.
motherfucker up.
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you for like delivering the line.
And there's a prepared bonfire waiting.
Yes. Yes. At the end, there is a prepared bonfire.
It's like,
Because
okay, cool.
Because don't you hear a voiceover of the nerdy guy or something being like, "You have to burn him at the stake."
Oh, yeah.
Just so it really drives it home.
And there's already one there.
Because
Yeah.
right, because I'm like, oh, so there has to be a legitimately like full bonfire with a actual stake
Right.
to burn him at,
Absolutely.
right? But he won't be tied to the stake. He's just gonna be in there being like, fucking burns.
Yeah.
Like,
How
even
did
when you're
she-
dying, you have to let people know.
How does she launch him into the bonfire? Because he just like shoots over there. And I was like, did she kick him? Was there a tennis racket?
And then like a digital drumstick it gets shot out of that bonfire just so that people can be like, where'd she get that drumstick?
Right.
Because it's not for the fact of being like, we need to really commit here. It's so that nobody goes, where'd you get that drumstick, man?
Mm-hmm. Right. And then we flash to...
But doesn't she say 2 lines? There's another one, right?
There is, but she's so unmemorable that I don't care.
Right. I'm just trying to... I can't remember it either. But...
just know
so
she has
Johnny
the worst
did
lines.
die, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did.
And she goes out to basically observe the carnage and picks up the drumstick that shot out of the rest of his carcass. And it is fully cooked, and she
takes a bite of it.
Radioactive. Cursed, burned with aerosol.
And that's how she concludes her adventure, where all her friends and family are murdered.
Yeah.
And
who does she have Thanksgiving with?
Yeah,
the hermit, because he shows up right here.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, pretty sure it's the hermit, right? Or maybe the stepmom that left.
Yeah,
but she's cooking shit for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then we're introduced to a random family.
Yep.
That is having Thanksgiving dinner. And so how did they get their hands on this specific turkey?
Someone, I'm sure in that town, was like, oh, cool, a cooked turkey.
Cooked turkey on the ground.
Yeah.
Pick it up, baby.
Yeah. Don't let that shit go to waste.
Yeah. And the turkey comes, the
cooked
turkey comes back to life, right? And attacks basically the camera, like a first-person view.
Yeah.
Right? And then it says, to be continued.
Yes. ...
In
In space.
space. Okay. So you're saying it was continued.
Yeah. So ThanksKilling 2 does not exist. It never existed. ThanksKilling 3 does exist.
Okay.
And I own it, and I've seen it. And it is...
So we're going to have to do that next year?
I highly recommend it. It is much higher budget. The first scene, you're like, this budget is so much more.
Okay.
It is much higher budget, and the entire plot of the movie is that ThanksKilling 2 was the worst movie ever created, and they are just the human race is destroying every copy of it, and Turkey needs to salvage the final copy by killing anyone who gets their hands on it.
So now they've broken the fourth wall.
Oh, it is a fourth wall destructoid film. I mean, and then there's a guy. There's people who are obsessed with being pilgrims, and they make an amusement park called Thanksgiving
I did make
Land.
this movie.
Oh my god.
Because it's exactly what I did in the Hookman sequel. They look at the camera so many times. I made my actors look at the camera to admit that we knew this was a bad thing. Okay. I love it.
Yeah, I highly recommend watching ThanksKilling 3.
You guys want to hear some trivia?
Please.
Sure.
Okay. There's some really cool, interesting stuff. By the way, I'm saying it now. My W is just go out and watch it. Just W is watch it. Like, this was fun. And it's only an hour. It's an hour. Have
It is
fun.
an hour.
It's a really, it's fast.
Yeah.
You
want to see something ridiculous? Watch it.
I agree. I couldn't recommend this film enough.
Yeah.
Right. The central tagline, Gobble Gobble Motherfucker, was thought of before the movie's actual plot.
That makes sense.
Accurate, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of things were thought of before they thought of the plot.
So this movie was shot in 11 days.
It
Makes
shows.
sense. That
11
seems
days.
longer than I would have thought, to be honest.
Right?
Yeah.
While writing the script and even through filmmaking, creators Kevin Stewart and Jordan Downey always tried to come up with a name for the killer turkey, but nothing ever stuck. In the end, they simply referred to him as Turkey in the film. In 2012, while raising the funds for the sequel, they again wanted to find a proper name for the character. They finally settled on simply Turkey, but spelled with an I-E.
Yes, it's spelled differently. they emphasize that in the sequel.
Okay. All right. The infamous scene with Wanda Lust, the nudity scene in the beginning, it was shot without a permit in a public park.
Amazing.
Wow. That takes some guts.
Agreed.
Right
Hell
there.
yeah.
The original puppet for the turkey was designed and built by the director. He sculpted and built most of the puppet in the bathroom of his apartment at the time. So that explains a lot.
Yep.
The creators also copyrighted the title Death Turkey as a potential title for an overseas release in countries that do not celebrate Thanksgiving.
Not bad.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That they're like, we're going to think ahead on this one.
I wonder if it ever happened. Probably not.
I see in the IMDb that it's like titled, and it was like in Russian or Chinese or something else somewhere else. So, I guess it did happen.
Amazing.
There are no deleted scenes in ThanksKilling, which is probably the most mind-blowing piece of trivia that I have. The only scene shot that did not end up in the final film was a flashback dream scene completely improvised on set where Darren runs through a cornfield. Wait, so that contradicts that there's no deleted scene.
Yep, that makes no sense.
Thanks a lot, IMDb user. It doesn't even say, but you're an idiot.
Go, share this.
The opening scene was originally planned to be much more extravagant, involving an entire Native American and pilgrim dinner scene. Time and money quickly ran out, and the scene was never shot. Well, that's obvious. Before deciding on ThanksKilling, creators Kevin Stewart and Jordan Downey tossed around the other idea of a holiday slasher set during Easter called Extravakill.
Doesn't work as well.
Not a good flow.
Only the original hero head of the turkey puppet remains. The rest of the body and the additional heads were destroyed in the making of the film. The original mold has since been destroyed as well.
That's a bummer.
It took a year. Sorry, I just read the one that took a year.
Thanksgiving was shot during the summer break between the directors' junior and senior year of college. The turkey puppet was built primarily of leftover special effects supplies. The body was foam turkey hunting decoy. Auditions were actually held in the director's garage. At first, no one wanted to distribute the film, so the filmmaker sold the DVD on Amazon themselves. It took a year to sell 1,000 copies. So how'd they eventually get it to Netflix, I wonder?
It's amazing. I recently checked because I wanted a physical copy of ThanksKilling 1, and Amazon stopped selling it.
Okay.
I don't know why. Because I got 3 off of Amazon, so who knows?
Okay. There actually was a public screening for this, like how I said there's no box office recording.
Right.
There was the first public screening of this ever was at the Mary Scary Winter Horrorland Festival, part of the Sacramento Horror Fest.
Cool.
I'm gonna look that up.
I would have loved to go to that.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Right? Because it sounds like a horror-thon for Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? So the girl who plays Kristen is Lindsay Anderson, and she came at the recommendation of Ryan E. Francis. The filmmakers first met her in a donut shop to discuss the movie only days prior to shooting. Sorry.
Whoops.
It shows, Lindsay.
I know.
Yeah.
General Bastard drove from Michigan to film his part over a few days. Who's General Bastard? We never did confirm that. Is that Oscar the
I think so.
That sounds like it would be. As we said before, filmed in Ohio. Troy Smith's budget for the special effects was only a few $100s.
No.
What a surprise.
But also it's like, okay, well you had $3,000. Like where did it go to? Mostly like probably the camera?
Drugs and alcohol.
Paying the actors?
There's no way they paid
They did
these
not
actors.
get paid.
There's no way.
Yeah, no.
If anything, it went to camera equipment. It had to have.
Permits? Do you need
Right?
to pay for permits?
Apparently not. They didn't do a
film-
permit.
I don't know how they paid for anything in this movie.
Right?
Real.
Yeah. And then the feet or lower half of the turkey are never seen in the movie. That is incorrect. I saw the foot
Did
when
you really?
when he is fucking her from behind. I
Okay.
saw the foot.
Cool.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Glad you're paying attention.
So, yeah, specifically W's. Like I said, my W, basically, I forgot to describe this to you, but you've heard our episodes before. W's are the who, what, where, and when, and why that this film is for. So basically, who is this film for? For me, it's for everybody, like except for children. Like,
Well, yeah.
But and then why would you watch this? Like to have some fun. Like honestly, this for me.
I feel like this is a movie that would have done really well if video rental stores were still a thing and you're just wandering the
Absolutely.
horror
Yeah.
aisle and you're like, what Like, that's how me and my brother
Well,
and
this
sister
is an
watched.
80s movie for 2009.
Yeah.
This is so on that same level of being like, we don't care. We're all taking
Yeah.
cocaine, and this movie's ridiculous.
That's
Yes.
basically how me and my brother
This
and
is a
sister
trauma
found,
film that isn't a trauma film, basically.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we found it's like a killer Santa Claus movie where like they're trying to find this Santa Claus that is dressing up and killing other people, but at one point he like has a knife shoot out of the front of his shoe and he kills someone by just kicking him in the dick with a knife.
That might be Christmas Evil.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's
an older movie.
Yeah, I think that's Christmas Evil that you're speaking of. You? And who would you recommend it to?
I would recommend it to anybody who is old enough to watch a film of this ilk.
Nice. All right. Awesome.
And watch it if you're not old enough. Just don't tell your parents.
Right?
Yeah.
You have anything to plug, Corey?
His phone and it's pretty dead.
Yeah, my phone and it's pretty dead.
No, I mean, do you have any things that you want to promote or plug?
No, I'm a pretty innocent human being. I don't want people knowing about me. I get stalked enough for how famous I am here at Rocky.
Okay. Where can people find more information about Rocky?
Yeah, you can find all your information about Rocky and the Free to Cinema at thefreetocinema.org. We have all of our events and upcoming shows that you can get tickets for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, you can visit our specific cast page is Chaos, spelled with a K, Kaos. And you can get more information and cast pictures.
We would love for you to follow our Snapchat, Chaos
Yes.
Rocky Horror. That's a KAOS Rocky Horror, all one word, no capitals.
And also follow them on Instagram.
Yeah, just follow us on all platforms. We post really, really dumb, funny shit. And you'll see when the next shows are. So follow us on anything, and we'll appreciate it a lot.
Absolutely. When it comes to us, if you're a first-time listener, you can follow us at Bombs Away Show. That's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Be sure to check us out. We have a live DVD commentary for the Slumber Party Massacre Part 1, and that's on YouTube. Seriously, just search for Bombs Away and Slumber Party Massacre. It's the first thing that comes up. And if you want to reach out, you have a question, comment, concern, you want to correct something we said on an episode, write to us on our email, contact@bombsawayshow.com. I'd like to thank our guest today, Corey.
Thanks a lot for having me,
This
guys.
was a blast.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed rewatching ThanksKilling. Thanks a lot for having me on.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Jarrett.
Who wants to say it?
Bombs away. Oh, wait, no.
Gobble
Gobble gobble, motherfucker.
Gobble gobble, motherfucker. Hey guys, John here from the Bombs Away podcast, and I'm here to talk to you about what we always wind up talking to you about, the Free to Cinema. But there's a reason. It's not only our home, but it's an amazing venue. Now, I know what you're asking. What is the Free to Cinema? Well, it's a program of the Long Beach Cinematheque here in California, and it serves Santa Ana and neighboring communities as a non-profit art house cinema dedicated to enriching, connecting, and educating communities through the art of cinema. Now, how does it do that? Well, I'll tell you. It has amazing directors series such as Martin Scorsese or Mel Brooks. Oh my God, when's the last time you saw a Mel Brooks movie on the big screen? Young Frankenstein, High Anxiety, Blazing Saddles? There's so much. Or what about Lloyd Kaufman, which has amazing films that we'll be doing on this podcast, such as Toxic Avenger or Class of Nukem High? Or how about Friday Night Freakouts presented by OC Weekly? That is something that we do here every Friday night. And we're talking about crazy sci-fi or horror or just off-the-wall things such as the 70s musical, The Apple, or how about Hackers or Lost Boys or Child's Play? These are the kind of movies that screen here. And what if those aren't your thing? What about anime? Well, we have the huge hit Your Name that just came out. Or what about the classic Akira? Yes, Akira was screened here, with subtitles or without subtitles, your choice. What about, if anime's not your thing, how about double features such as Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead? And you can't really be an art house cinema without getting those kind of indie feature films such as Moonlight, which was Academy Award winner, Best Film, right here, before it was even nominated. It was right here. Or what about The Void, which is on Netflix? Or just amazing cinema, and it's all right here. For more information about the Frida, showtimes, location, everything film and entertainment, go to thefridacinema.org. Or follow them on Facebook at facebook.com/thefridacinema. Or on Instagram and Twitter at The Frida Cinema. The Frida Cinema. It's for the filmmakers. It's for the film goers. It's for you.
This has been a production of Big Bulb Entertainment, executive produced by Jonathan Young. For more media and information, visit us at www.bigbulbentertainment.com. Big Bulb, what's your bright idea?